public domain, dedication, attribution, and a lot of other categories as well, which you could see, okay, when you want to take up people's materials, do some changes and so on. Okay, next year, students, we're going to talk about copyright in Malaysia. So in Malaysia, the Copyright Act 1987. This act is recognized for what, students? For several type of work that can be copyrighted. That means number one, literacy work, artistic work, musical work, film, sound recording, broadcast, and publish edition. So here, students, under literacy work, it can be a novel, a poem, an article, computer programs, databases, or any other written or typed work will come under literacy work, and you can, be protected under Malaysian Copyright Act 1987. So intellectual property, under it there comes patents as well. What is patent? Protect invention, invention on processes. Imagine now we are doing certain process, but you come up with a new processes, new way of processing, new way of processing the material. It can be anything, machines, products, and also composition of matter. So this can be patent. Patent can be grant, and exclusive rights, to prevent of making, using, selling, importing, or what. So I know, students, for example, a model has been patented already. Then I come up with the same type of product and I try to remake it, which means cannot if it has been patented. Okay, next year, students, we're going to look at here type of patents. There are a few types of patents. We have provision, we have plant patent, we have international application under this PCT, and design patent as well. Design patent, utility patent, plant patent, and international patent. So what is utility patent? Utility patent, students, usually cover new or useful processes, machines, can be any articles of manufacturing, any methods, any kind of way. For example, let's look at all these patents information, about the size of the shoe, about the units used, how is the design, what are the measurements and everything. So the great thing about utility patent is it is granted for the period of 20 years from the date of filing. So 20 years from now, you can stop people from copying your design. But after that, it is the body to consider whether to give you the patent or not. Which means, student, you cannot say, students, I have hold the patent and for lifetime I'm not going to allow people to do. So why 20 years, student? No one stay permanent in this world, students. So holding something for 50 years, 60 years, students, is not going to help humankind, to progress on or to come up with a newer way and so on. So that's why it's given only for 20 years. Okay, so students, in this exclusive rights is like, you can, make sure that you prevent others from making it, using, selling, or typically, doing any modification, for 20. And also, students, it is like to protect the ornamental or appearance of new, original, and also other ornamental design of the articles and manufacture. So which means, students, for example, look at these particular heels, shoes. it is women's heels. Yeah? So I can make any kind of design, any kind of changes, and I can pattern it. It can be handbags, it can be sandals or shoes or any kind. All right, students. So for the design pattern is given 15 years from the date that has been granted. This 15 years, there is no particular changes, which is like you come up with a product and the product stays for 15 years untouched. Okay, you do not have any additional newer version or what, it is just there. Then the body will think or will consider whether to give or grant you the design pattern or to cancel it. So next year, students, we're going to look at one video. Like, let's watch a video. Okay. Okay, just give me a minute, yeah, students. Okay, I designed this slide in a different version, but now, okay, I think I can't play. I hope I can play. Okay, let's go and see design and utility pattern. Okay, maybe I can get this video out. Alright, students, let me play another video, which is, I hope I can get the. Okay, if you could open this in your PC, it will be good for you to go and have a look. No good, yeah, students, no proper explanation. Okay, never mind, students. Okay, let's look at it. This is what is the difference, okay, between design pattern and utility pattern. So, let me check and see. Okay. Alright, so let's see what this guy got to say.
We're talking about design patterns versus utility patterns. What's the difference? Alright, I'm JD Hoovener, a registered USPTO patent attorney, managing partner and CEO here at Bold Patents Law Firm. I'm stoked to talk with you about what the heck the difference is and what it means to you. Which one should you choose? And maybe you should choose both. Cool example for you is right here on my wrist. This Apple Watch, right? Take a look. Pretty cool, right? All the rage. So an Apple Watch is a smartwatch, as many of you know. But did you think, what is it that caught your eye? What is it that made you want to purchase that? Was it the way that it looked? Or was it what it did? Both of those have different implications. And that's why Apple is the holder of over 110 patents that cover the Apple Watch, both in the way that it looks under design patent and what it does under utility patent applications. So today we're going to break it down. We're going to talk about every single aspect that I can think of, and maybe if I don't, feel free to comment, ask questions if we don't get to that, all right? Hold me accountable. So let's march through what the differences are. Right up front, I mentioned this probably already, but what does it protect, okay? A utility patent application, a patent on a utility, protects what something does. If you ever looked at an actual patent document, you'll see after you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there's a numbered set of claims. Very, very legally compounded, and the terms are very, every single word is chosen on purpose. They're crafted. The reason why they're that way is because they want to protect what the invention does. That's what it does. It protects how the invention works, functionality. What does a design patent protect you from? It protects the way that it looks, aesthetics, the ornamentation of it, the edges, the shapes, the curves, the proportions, but not what it does, okay? Those are big differences. Second, what does a provisional apply toward? Can you file a provisional utility app? Can you file a provisional design? And the answer is yes, you can file a provisional patent application for a utility application, but you may not file a provisional for a design. It's just the way the laws are set up. As you may not know, a provisional patent application is one that really functions to preserve that time. You may not have figured out all the details of your invention yet, and you're not certain it's going to do well on the market. A provisional is a great option. It's less formal, it doesn't require a claim set, it doesn't require that it be structured in a certain way and be formalized, and the drawings can even be informal. This is usually done after performing a patentability search. It's highly recommended that a search be done before filing even a provisional. But it will lock in your application and the ability for you to then file the non-provisional full utility app 1 year later. So you have a full 12 months from filing the provisional when the non-provisional must be filed. Unfortunately, that's not the case for design patents. You don't get that option. The patent office and the law is set up that if you've got a novel, aesthetic, ornamental design, you've got to file it full up when you're ready. Next aspect is fees, USPTO fees. What are we looking at? For a utility app, they're generally high, okay? You've got to provide on the order of $500 to $1,000, in some cases $2,000, depending on the size of your company. If you're an individual filer, you'll be on the lower end of the spectrum. If you're an ongoing big business with more than 500 employees, you'll pay the higher sticker price. On the design side, you're going to pay a lot lower fees, okay? And that goes for both with the big or small entities. You're going to pay a much lower fee in the hundreds of dollars versus thousands. Take a look at the search. How effective is a patentability search? For utility applications, very effective. You're able to describe and use keyword searching on your invention almost to no end, right? You can conduct that search until you're blue in the face and get a lot of really good data. You're able to find out who your competitors are, confirm whether what you have is really novel. On the design side, it's tougher. You're dealing with images and shapes, way more difficult to search than to find English words. So patentability searches are way more effective for utility patents than they are for design patents. Looking at it, the attorney's fees, okay, how much work is involved for us patent attorneys on the utility side versus the design side? Well, I'd have to say that the utility side is going to be a ton more work. I mean, on order of double the amount of work to fill up a complete utility patent application versus getting the design done, which the actual words on a design patent application are typically just 1, maybe 2 pages. It's all about the figures and the drawings, okay? So that's the big difference. I want to take a little break here and see if you're enjoying this information, you're loving this breakdown between utility and design. If you are, please give us a like. Don't be shy. Give us a comment as well. If you're not really following me, or if you want some clarification on some subject matter, put it down. Or if you're loving us, give us a rah-rah, right? And pay it forward. Share this video with one of your friends that you think is also an inventor or moving in that direction. Nudge them along and get it going. Okay, let's get back to it. So let's talk about the fees, okay? I'll give you a little bit of a range. I know everybody's hoping to get some dollar signs and get some ballpark estimates. On the utility side, I like to say between $5,000 and $20,000, okay? That's to get the full formal utility application submitted with the examiner. On the design side, figure between $2,000 to $7,000, okay? Somewhere in that range, depending on how intricate the ornamentation is on your design. It's going to vary a lot. So I know those are big ranges, but it should help you kind of get in the right ballpark. So let's take a look at office actions, all right? So some of you may not even know what an office action is, but after you submit your patent application with the USPTO, it's going to get assigned to an examiner. And an examiner is going to do their best to conduct a search, worldwide search, to confirm novelty, non-obviousness, and make sure you have utility, if it's a utility app. On design side, novelty and non-obviousness. When they conduct their search, they might find something, right? They might find something that's close enough to your invention where they might reject it, or they might find a reason to object to the drawings. Maybe someone messed up on the drawings and it's not labeled right? There's some formalistic objection to what's being presented. That's called an office action. And so what happens is, oftentimes there's a need to respond, and the inventor is going to need help from a trained professional patent attorney to respond to that office action. So what is the likelihood of getting an office action at all? Well, with the utility application, it's going to be a lot higher than with the design. Typically, it's a lot harder for an examiner to find exact prior art for a design. They've got to find something exactly, or just a little bit different, right, within the realm of your actual ornamentation. On the utility side, it's English words. It's quite broad. You're going for quite a bit of subject matter, and it's way more easier to search, as I mentioned earlier, for the examiner too. So they're likely going to find more reason to object to your invention in an office action for utility than they would for a design. Okay, so what's the attorney fee, after filing? All right, so thinking about office actions. What's the fee to help you with those if you actually do get an office action? On the design side, it's about half as much, $1,000 to $3,000. On the utility side, $2,000 to $6,000. It really depends on how extensive the rejection is and how much work it's going to be to provide legal argument and amendments to overcome that examiner rejection. So how long do you get, right? How long does it take to actually get the patent through? Utility patent applications can vary quite a bit, and so it's anywhere between 1 year to 4 years, okay? Typically, what I tell inventors is the more tangible, right, the more hardware specific, something you can touch and feel, that might get through the office quicker than something that's more intangible. Think about, computerized methods and processes. That could be on the upper end, 3, maybe even 4 years in pendency, depending on how hard you fight and how much legal argument you partake in with the examiner. On the design side, 1 to 2 years is really kind of the upper end of how long it should take to get the patent through. So it's going to go through. I would have to say that if you're going to do one or the other, if time is of the essence, go with the design patent application. And how much do you get, right? What's this exchange? We've talked about this quid pro quo before. You may have heard of what's the government giving up in exchange for getting your brilliant idea and you sharing it with the world. Well, for utility patents, it's 20 years. Design side, it's 15 years. What's interesting though is that on the utility side, it's 20 years from the filing date. All right, so it may take you 3-4 years to get through. That means you only have 16 years, maybe 17 years of issued, defensible, enforceable rights. The design patent, the 15 years, that starts at the moment it was issued. So the difference is really pretty marginal. You get 15 years from the moment it was issued, regardless of how long that design patent was pending while it was being examined. All right, last but not least, let's take a look at how hard it is to determine whether the claims are being infringed. You're going to be able to look on the utility side at the claims. You got to see an alleged infringer. Are they actually reading on the claims? Are they selling and making and using your invention as written in the utility claim set? On the design side, you're looking at the drawing, right? Is what they're selling truly substantially similar to that design that you've articulated and claimed in solid line, all right? We talked about design patents a lot, so please encourage you to go visit our blog and read a lot about this in detail about what the difference is between utility and design patent applications. Visit boldip.com, visit our blog section. On there you can write detailed comments, and when you're ready.
Alright, students, so let's move on. Alright, next year, students, we're going to talk, I'm going to talk to you about the plant patterns. Okay, plant patterns, you can ask me, Miss, what is that got to do with plants, yeah, students? Yes, we can also, pattern the plant, if you coming up with a new combination or new species with new and distinct varieties, to reproduce the plant, here we're going to protect the unique characteristic. For example, nowadays we have seedless grapes, and these seedless grapes I can pattern it, yeah, students. It can be the growth habit, flower colored, disease resistant. It can be anything regarding plants, yeah, student. So any kind of like sexually reproducing, selling, and also pattern the plant. So this particular kind of plant also, the period will be 20 years, yeah, students. So let's look at next is intellectual application under the Patent Cooperation Treaty, yeah, PTC. Which means like in the International Cooperation, PCT, treaty, it is like patent application that allow applicant to seek the patent protection, of an innovation in multiple country with a single application, which means you can apply just in a single application, and it's also the other countries also they can check your kind of patent that has been provided to you globally. Patent in Malaysia. So patent in Malaysia, yeah, student, patents are protected, under my IPO, and they are responsible to administrate and also grant the patent in the country. So the flow of getting the patent, yeah, student, is as here you can see, you can file an application, preliminary investigation, and then publication, exam, the writing the opinion. All these, they are procedures, how they're gonna, whether they're gonna grant the patent to you or not. You can go and have a detailed information in my IPO. So next we're going to talk about the under the intellectual property under trademark. Trademark, it can be a design, a sign, or it can be a symbol that represent the goods and also the services of one business. So student, the logo, the word, the phrase, the symbol, the design, or a combination of both. So trademark serves to identify and help the customer to recognize, and associate it with quality, reputation, and original brand, yeah, students. That is very important. So here, yeah, students, so to register the trademark, that is very important. You have to connect your goods and services so that it can be easily represented, and it is not going to cause any confusion with the other logos as well. So trademark protection, it can be national, international, that is against unauthorized, and also to avoid infringement, is possible. So let's look at this, students. Look at these trademarks, and all these trademarks. The word mark, it's called word mark, where the words on these particular logos, it's a combination of design and logo. Example on Nike, and also Apple, Netflix, and so on. This is called word mark. Next, we're going to look at as trademark. For example, students, let's see the few, the initial trademark until today. You can see the differences, student. Trademark, it's a unique logo, graphic element. A unique design that is like gonna be symbol as a brand for a company. KFC, students, you can see original KFC logo is like this from 1952, and now currently we have KFC logo. No matter how the KFC logo changes, but the uncle remain the same. Here when you look at McDonald's, so students, let's look at it here. The original 1940s McDonald's trademark as now changed to trademark as this now, yeah, students. Okay, let's look at the Apple trademark in 1976 till today's Apple trademark as well. So students, there are many evolution, many kind of design and so on, but they kind of their trademarks to ensure that their customers were able to identify them uniquely. So next is like slogan and tagline, yeah, students. Okay, tagline, finger licking good. What product is that? KFC, very good. I will follow you. DG, feel good channel. Nobody knows, you all haven't born here. NTV7, yeah, students. So you see here, McDonald's, I'm loving it, yeah, students. I see the logo and say, I'm loving it. No matter you go to McD every day, but still you loving it. Air Asia, now everyone can fly. HSBC, the world's local bank. Okay? Alright, Adidas, impossible is nothing. Alright? Nokia, anyone still use Nokia? Connecting people. Okay? Alright, students, BMW, it's finger licking good and all these. Nike, just do it. Okay, think different. Apple. Alright, so students, these are all the slogans and taglines. This is also to attract user. In a way, yeah, students, look at these trademarks. Yeah, it is like telling you, implanting something into your brain. Say, just do it. Just do it means just go and get it. So when you want to buy a shoe, it's like, ding, you remember, Nike, just do it. Okay, think differently. You want to go and get a iPad, iPhone, or any kind of gadget, first thing is like think differently. Okay, when you hold an Apple gadget, you are different. So next year, students, these are the sound, certain sound that can remind us of certain brand. Okay, let's see, students. Okay. Again, my link is not working. Okay, now, so now let me see a trademark. Sound trademark, I go and search. Hopefully I'm getting the video. Actually, from my PC, I can just directly run it. I think this is a different version. Okay, sound trademark. 9 sound. Okay, let's play this.
There's a short showing 9 examples of sound trademarks.
What brand, students?
MCO. Go, go!
Nationwide is on your side.
Check out my short on 13 examples of trademarked colors.
Okay, this is one of it, yeah, students. The one I'm looking for cannot find. Okay, let's see others. Alright, students, trademark sound, yeah, okay. Okay, so next, trademark sound. Sound mark. Okay, let's go and search whether I'm getting the video or not. Okay, let's play this now.
Period that keep getting to you? Feel cool. Cooling. With Sophie Cooling Fresh. Minty coolers that last for 5 hours. Feel confident always with Sophie Cooling Fresh.
Love 'em or hate 'em, Harley Davidson makes some loud motorcycles. And in 1984, they filed a sound trademark on the motor sounds of their motorcycle. In a rare show of solidarity, 9 motorcycle companies opposed the trademark registration, including Yamaha and Suzuki and Kawasaki and Honda. I'm going to talk about the Harley-Davidson lawsuit in this video, and I'm going to share with you some sounds that you probably didn't know were trademarked. We're also going to talk about why sound trademarks are so hard to get, and stay to the end, and I'm going to give you some tips on how you can protect the sound in your brand. Hi, my name is John Farrow. I'm a Silicon Valley intellectual property attorney. Welcome back to my channel. As you may recall from one of my previous videos, a trademark is any word, phrase, symbol, or design that identifies your goods or services as belonging to you. It identifies your company as the source of goods or services. Trademarks provide 3 things primarily. Number 1, they identify the source of goods. Number 2, they do provide some legal protection for those goods and for the brand. And then finally, they help prevent counterfeiting and fraud. Now, it's important to understand that when you have a trademark in a word or a trademark in a sound, that you don't actually own the word, you don't actually own the sound, except as it applies to your goods and services. Now, just for fun, I'm going to play a couple of sounds. Shut your eyes for this one and just see if you can identify the source of goods or the source of services for these sounds. And this is a parlor game, by the way, that we trademark attorneys play at conventions to meet our legal requirements for continuing education. Hopefully you did better than the average trademark attorney in identifying these sounds. I've always found it a little curious that there's so relatively few sound trademarks that are listed on the principal register in the Patent and Trademark Office. This has been changing in the last few years, though, as a result of increased media channels and content and computer programs and applications that use sound. And the reason this is a little surprising to me is that sounds can be so powerful. They connect directly to our brain. They elicit an immediate emotional response. We experience something when we hear a sound that we don't experience. We don't have that same response when we read a word or see a symbol. So what happened to the Harley-Davidson trademark registration effort, where they tried to register the sound of the Harley-Davidson motor? Well, the argument that was being made by Harley-Davidson was that they had tuned their mufflers, they had tuned their motor in a unique way to produce this classic Harley-Davidson sound. And in fact, they had repressed other noises in the motor in order to enhance the singular sound. But the Harley-Davidson competitor said no. They said this isn't a unique Harley-Davidson sound at all. They said it's just the sound of the V-shaped motor that's being used by Harley-Davidson and by many other manufacturers of motorcycles as well. In fact, the motor that was used by Harley-Davidson had been around since 1909 and was not a new sound. It was not unique only to Harley-Davidson. And after 6 years of fighting, finally Harley-Davidson just gave up and abandoned their sound application in the Harley-Davidson motor. So let me share some tips with you on how you can get your sound registered in the United States Trademark Office. Okay, first of all, your sound should be distinctive. It should be something that's associated with your product and something that's unique. Try to avoid sounds in nature, things like chirping birds and barking dogs, because those sounds are less distinctive and it may be more difficult to get some of those sounds registered as associated with your particular goods or services. A third tip is try to make your sound percussive to the extent that you can. I read a study some years ago that percussive words are much more memorable and easier to trademark or to use as a trademark than words that have soft intonation. For example, words like Togo and bingo. These are words that imprint on the brain very easily and serve well as trademarks. As words like Exxon and Henry are just more difficult to remember. And so I think the same thing probably applies to sounds. All else being equal, it's probably better to have a more percussive sound than a soft sound if you're trying to get trademark association with your product. And anecdotally, it seems recently that many of the sounds that have been registered in the United States Trademark Office have been synthetic sounds or sounds that are artificially generated. And these probably would withstand scrutiny in the Trademark Office much more easily, say, than a barking dog or the sound of an angry hornet. If you'd like to learn some more about trademarks or intellectual property, feel free to download a copy of my book. It's free. It's in electronic form called Monopoly Protection. And you can go to the first comment down below and click on the link there and somebody will send you an electronic copy of my book. Okay, that's really all I have to say today about sound trademarks. If you have...
Okay, students, so let's continue. Okay, so students, now we have learned about many types of trademarks. So now let's continue. Okay, color trademark. Color trademark is a trademark that has been used specifically, a combination with colors, design, okay, which is based on goods, services, that is basically that to attract customers associated with a particular brand. Let's look at color trademark. These are the products and also design which is really, okay, based on color, okay, red, orange, okay, and then yellow shade, green shade, blue shade, purple shade, and pink shade. So if you see pink color, so for example, Barbie associated with girls or children, they like pink color. So most of these particular logos are associated with a group of targeted customer that they their most regularly referred color. Next, let's look at trade dress, yeah, student. Then you can ask me, Miss, is that a trade dress? Yes, yeah, any kind of like appearance or particular way of dressing to ensure that, okay, that is representing certain brand. So student, our clothes also can, bring or we can carry branding of a product, okay, with our stuff. For example, this is Air Asia, this one, Food Panda, this one, KFC, and this one is Mask, yeah, students. Okay, so these are the trade dresses as well. So now, intellectual property on industrial design, yeah, students. Industrial design, like we are creating visually appeal, any kind of function, shapes, or any kind of usability, all these can be included, okay, which is a combination of creativity, technical knowledge, okay, customers, references, and so on. So in a way that it will be, okay, more desirable, user-friendly, and commercially visible. So, next we're going to talk about geographical indication. Okay, geographical indication, GI, is a form of intellectual property that is given to particular geographical region. For example, Malaysia is well known for, anyone? Jagung? Okay, no. Our intellectual property on geographical. Geographical, no, around the world. Only in Malaysia that we can find the product. Durian, Thailand and Indonesia will come and find us, huh? Twin Tower, is that our product? Anyone, come on, try. Palm oil tea? No. Only in Malaysia. Rice or Thailand will kill us, huh? Batik Malaysia. Okay, this Batik Malaysia, students, can be found only in Malaysia, okay, worldwide. Y'all don't know, today you get to know. Indonesia cannot get Batik Malaysia. Batik Malaysia got its own pattern story inside the batik. So students, you look at Batik Malaysia pattern, students. Okay? So this particular batik is representing our tropical hutan. Hutan forest. Okay? So looking at the design, okay, and so on. Okay, now of course day by day, students, it's like getting the fusion ideas are blended in and slowly into. So student, if you want to do an international business, then you sell batik Malaysia internationally. Okay, now I'm going to talk to you what are certain particular goods and so on which is very famous worldwide. For example, Sabah tea. The Sabah tea at its own GI, geographical indication, which you can find only in Sabah, and the taste of the tea is different. Got Y'all got anyone from Sabah? Sabah, don't hide. Black t-shirt boy, why are you hiding? From Sabah? Sure got Sabah tea. See student. Okay, let's look at from Cambodia. Kampot pepper. This particular pepper has its geographical indication, which means pepper from my area is not going to be the same as other country. So you want a good pepper, you go to Cambodia. So dragon fruit, dragon fruit that is sell in our local markets, no good. Okay, Vietnam, okay, Binh Tuan dragon fruit, okay, has its own geographical identification. Indonesia, Jepara carving, students, okay, this particular carving, carving, students, okay, where else they also have lists like, okay, they are very good, they're good at carving, students, in Indonesia. Next, students, for example, Thailand, okay? I don't know how to pronounce this one. Wahang Mali Tuan Kula Krong Hai rice. I made it my way, students. This is a rice that is so sedap, that is so unique. The smell is so good only in Thailand. Welcome to Thailand and Sawadika. Next is this, Chiang Rai Pool Okay, pineapple. Okay, this pineapple so sedap, so good, only can find in Thailand. So student, here, GI in Asian related on the following category. It can be agriculture, fisher or craft, or it can be any other related artisanal work as well. Like I say, batik Malaysia. Okay, students, next is about confidential on information. Confidential information. Sensitive data is also considered, it carries under intellectual property. For example, I have certain method or certain way to do it. You are working for me, and then after 3 or 4 years, you are resigning from the company, which means any disclosure of valuable business, technical, information related, yeah, student, you should not reveal it to the competitor. So, confidential information, yeah, is like data, okay, trade secret, or customer list, or financial information, research, development, findings, manufacturing processes, strategies, employee record, cannot be revealed. So students, we jump company, we make sure that we neutralize ourselves, and we go into an organization. If at all, your boss say, hey, last time you worked with that company, how do they do? I say, don't know. You got the documentation of previous company? I said, no, I don't have. My pen drive lost. So easier, student. Because you can be sued, okay, because of revealed confidential information, students. Okay, today there are certain cases, yeah, student, that has happened in Malaysia. Okay, for example, it occurs. I don't want to mention about the bank. Okay, the banker moved to one bank to another because of career enhancement. Okay, so what happened is like this banker has revealed this is how the procedures that work in this bank. So there was a lawsuit, okay, on this, yeah, students. So that is very important for us. Okay, safeguard the confidential information because it can lead to financial loss, reputation, legal dispute, loss of market position as well. Alright, fair use. Okay, students, we take a break of 10 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, students, let's continue. Okay, next I'm going to talk to you about fair use. Yeah. Okay, sometimes, yeah, students, you can see, yeah, okay, you can ask teacher, okay, how if like when we are using certain musics, okay, how come applications such as TikTok, we can, okay, take out, okay, or use back certain songs, which it can be any kind of songs, which has copyrights. How can these apply? Okay, this one goes into the category of fair use. Fair use is a legal principle that allows, okay, for a limited use of copyright material without seeking information from the copyright holder, which means if the song is the entire song, I want to use it, yes, I need to seek it, okay? I need to seek permission. But if I'm only giving, okay, a portion of the song, only the beginning music, or only the ending music, or certain parts in the song, I not need to get permission from the copyright holder. And this provides a flexibility, okay, where, okay, it serves as public interest such as purpose, criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Means this particular portion of particular songs, or it can be any materials or what, can be used to criticize. Imagine, you want to criticize a song. You can take certain part of the song without getting any permission from the owner. Fair use is determined to consider factors, purpose, and the character of use. The nature of the copyright work and the amount used is very important. The potential impact and the market value of the original work. Imagine I take a part of the song and play it as my background song for my music. Does it gonna make any kind of revenue for me, or the amount of use is very small, or is a combination of 3-4 musics will be considered? So student, this fair use is a balance between copyright protection and also freedom and expression that allows a reasonable amount, okay, or transformative use of copyright material. So student, fair use is not an absolutely right thing to do, but it has its own purpose and it has been interpreted, okay, where it needs to be a balance between the protected and also the freedom of expression. So student, let's see. Okay, now let's see, students. Fair use in a sense of like, okay, for example, a part of the movie, a small clips from the movie, which is up to 10% of the total, or 3 minutes, whichever lesser, we can use it for free. Text material, 10% total, or 100 words, 1,000 words, whichever is less. That's why you are given 20% of plagiarism. Understand, yeah? 20 to 30% of plagiarism. Okay, it's okay to get 20 to 30% of plagiarism, because we assume that it is for research purpose, education purpose, and you can get certain materials, okay, up to less than 10%, which is 1,000 words. Music, lyrics, and music video, up to 10%. The work, but not more than 30 seconds. How many seconds that we can use a background music in TikTok? You have 15-second music. You have 60 minute, 1 minute, 60 seconds, and you can also see, okay, more than that. Okay, you need to consider, okay, to use, okay, which kind of background music. So student, illustration and photography, okay, no more than 5 images, okay, from one artist or photographer, or 10% or 15 images from the collection, whichever is less. And numerical data, 10%, 250 fields and cells can be copyrighted. Okay, database and data table, whichever less, can be included. Okay, students, so this is, okay, important, yeah, students. Okay, there has been like court sue regarding, okay, the amount of use, yeah, students. So people have won the sue just because they can be declared, it can be declared under fair use. So intellectual property on protection of software. Now, student, software, okay, is a copyright, okay, copyrighted under the law, which means including Malaysia, all the software is considered as intellectual property and automatically protected by the copyright from the moment of its creation. For example, how many of you here have a laptop? You are caught in this particular hall using a pirated software. So, what will happen, yeah, students? The moment your machine, you are running a pirated version of software, okay, you can be charged under the protection law. Copyright protection grant the creator to use the software exclusive right to reproduce, okay, to redistribute, modify, and display. So to ensure a stronger legal protection, software developers often register their copyright with relevant copyright officers, yeah, students. Okay, now copyright, software copyrights can be divided into two ways of protecting it. One is under copyright, another one is under patent. Copyright, the scope of it will be like, okay, protect the creativitiness, okay, creative expression, ideas, procedures, functionality, methods of operation, mathematical formulas. So under the patent invention, so the product or the process is new, you can register it to improve, okay, it's as a new solution, any new solution, improvement processing images in high resolution, for example. So student, how to obtain formality free, okay, here how to obtain grant only for special, okay, requests and procedures, okay, that need to be fulfilled. Intellectual property protection of software. So student, trade secret, it can be like software must be, okay, underlying code or algorithm has its own trade secret and it provides protection as long as it is reasonably measured taken to maintain its secrecy. So any kind of like trade secret, okay, you must have okay, any reasonable measure. Patent, okay, software innovation that meets a specific criteria and the body that really will evaluate and examine that it needs to go under patent or not. License and end user agreement. Every licenses, when we want to install, we already declare, yes, I agree. Okay, this is a set of agreement to set the terms and conditions in which is access. Okay, that includes restriction, copying, distributing, reversing, engineering, and anything. Digital right management, DRM, is a technology that used to control access, usage of software, encrypt, access control, licensing mechanism, all these to prevent copying or use the software. So you can see all these are licensed which you need to read and you need to agree to it. So intellectual property under, okay, protecting the software, you can say benefit of digital right management. Here there are many benefits here, students, you can go and have a look. For example, all this is to help to enforce copyright law, helps to, okay, the content more effectively, how to look at the business growth, how it's gonna be the right ownership, everything, yeah, students, will be under the digital rights management. Intellectual property software, yeah, students, for example, it says that it's a digital right management in media and entertainment. From 2018 to 2028, it is predicted. For example, 2018, 2019, and it has been said that in 2028, this protection will be much more, compliant, and this will be seriously enforced, dear students. Next, intellectual property on open source. Open source, although there's a rules and regulation on how freely we can use this software. Modification, distribution by anybody, and it needs to be defined as open source, open and transparent nature. They allow the users to access, to modify the code underlined in the, okay, within the software. So remember, open source, okay, typically developed and maintained by a community contributor, and it's collaborate and it is improved to enhance the software. So when it comes to open source license, such as a popular one called GNU, okay, don't forget, General Public License, or MIT license. When, okay, for example, Solidity is an open source programming language to create software, okay, to create contract, digital contract, okay, smart contract in blockchain. You have to do MIT license declaration. So students, these are the declaration that been taken. So you can see the open source elements which is available that to go into under the GNU, General Public License. Alright students, that's the end of the lesson today. Next year students, let's go to the online library and we're gonna go and get the online repository. Okay, let me see, where is it? Okay. Online resources IR, alright. So please go and click this and go and look for BACS 3033. Student, I have submitted the final paper to the faculty. So I am the one in charge of, creating the paper this semester. But if you ask me, does the paper easy? The answer is no. Okay, students, is the paper easy? The paper is not easy. Why, yeah, student? As I say, this particular module must be set, the question must be set on Bloom's taxonomy C4. So let's go and see. I have shown you this already, but yes, I'm going to talk to you about it so that you don't mistaken, okay, that I am setting the paper hard. No, the course specification for this particular module already indicated C4. What is C4? Cognitive level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. So my entire exam paper, 100% it's set into analysis level, which is C4. So C4 question, what is so good about C4 questions? Okay, it's good, ma. Okay, why it's good? Number one, no need to refer to lecture notes to answer. Number two, is the questions gonna be easy? The answer is not easy. Does the questions require you to think? Yes. Justify, evaluate, critique. Do you agree with the statement? Talk positive element, talk negative element, critically debate, critically oppose. This kind of question. So let's see some of the example here, students. Digital divide, okay, refers to discrepancy between demography and region, between unrestricted access of modern information and communication technology ICT, such as telephones, televisions, personal computers, and internet connectivity, and those without the access, that is digital divide. By applying Leslie 4 modalities analysis, discuss what are the effects of digital divide in Malaysia. Ta-da! 16 marks. Is it easy, student? Now, take out a piece of paper, put it in front of you now. Okay, students, you don't show me your work today, no attendance. So line up and show me your work. Okay, this is how a stepmother of Snow White, students. Okay, students, I want to see that each one of you here have written for, the amount of answer is applicable or suitable for 16 marks. Less than that, no attendance. Paragraph 1. I want 5 to 6 lines talking about law, that is your point, explain it related to the question, additional explanation, and then include example. Second paragraph, 5 to 6 lines. Market is your point, explain, additional explanation, example. Architecture, saying, social norm. All these must be in a A4 size test pad and must be written completely. Since we are early today, got half an hour, I will be here waiting for you till 4 o'clock. Never do, no attendance for you.
That's useless.
We're back at kindergarten, everybody.
No paper, no pen, please put up your hand. Give me your mother's phone number, let me call her now. You're coming to college for what? Huh? Hey, I want to check what is inside your bag. Umbrella. Oh, iPad. Very canggih, huh? No, cannot, no attendance. Okay, never mind lah. I give you iPad, you write down and show me. I give you attendance. Okay, you want to check GPT, you want to do any GPT or AI generative, copy, paste or what, all allowed. Okay, all allowed means handwritten or iPad written, must be written. Okay, cannot copy and paste, Okay, finish, line up, students. Take attendance. Somebody wanted to go early. Who was the boy who came and asked me? Boy, you finished, can go. Okay, students, you must finish it by 4. After 4, attendance close. Okay, let's discuss. There are 4 modalities. Remember, law, market, architecture, social norm. Separate each one in a paragraph. I do not want you guys to write in one paragraph, yeah, students. Okay, if this is the paper, yeah, students, there will be answer. It's 16 marks. Okay, students, if you answer like this, yeah, students, yes, when marking time, teacher can mark you 1 mark, 2 marks, 1 mark, 1 mark. Maximum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 16. So, if you want to score in my paper, make sure this is point, explanation and example. This is considered one point. Point, explanation and example. Point, explanation and example. Point, explanation and example. Which approximately this will be 4 marks. Okay, each one is 4 marks. And if you score well, okay, teacher can give you here 4, here 4, here 4, here 4, 16 over 16. Sometimes students, during exam, you think, okay, I answered very well. Maybe I'm going to score an A in this paper. But believe me, if you do not give enough answer to obtain 4 marks, sorry, students, you're going to get 8 over 16 or lesser marks. Okay, students, I am a very greedy lecturer, yeah, student. I want 100% passes this semester. Whoever fail my paper, siap korang, ah. Okay, let me check. I'm going to go up and check now. No attendance. See my potential A student. A size paper. Yeah, potential A, very good. Hey, kurang sabar. What you doing? I told you no attendance. I want handwritten. Student, the idea is to prepare you to attempt exam question or also midterm question. You cannot write in a small paper. Then only you can see, oh, 16 marks, I have to answer this much. See, this boy got so many papers. What's inside your bag? All empty. Gadgets, you as long as you write, can, no problem. Hey, that is A4 size. Is that Yeah, Panadol not useful. Papers are useful. Okay? There is your paper. So you guys are invisible today. Yeah. Invisible means ada sama lah. Okay, students, make sure point, explanation, additional explanation, example. Student, you must practice to write as fast as this. Concentrate and write. Students, initially I said 27 will be our midterm, yeah, student. Okay, on the 27, I have a guest speaker who wants to come and talk to you all. So I cannot have my midterm on that day, yeah? So I'm going to postpone it a week later. Okay, on the 3rd of April. So put an announcement, yeah, students. Okay, students, I have put in an announcement regarding your midterm, yeah? Okay, greetings students, please be informed your midterm exam for this module will be held on April 4th, 2023 pula. Okay, 2024, yeah students, huh? Okay, during your lecture hour, which is 2 to 4 p.m. Okay, which is 2 to 4 p.m. Okay, the test will be 1.5 hours, covers chapter 1 to 4 only. Please bring your own test pack. Yeah, students. Answer in other sizes of paper will not be accepted. I put there already. Okay, so be prepared, yeah, students. Okay, students, please mark your attendance. Okay, I have another class to rush. Plus, I cannot check anyone. Okay, so please get a paper, try to answer the questions. Okay? Okay, thank you students. Who cannot mark the attendance, please come down. Just kidding with you, huh? Don't take it seriously.